Your best friend is about to become your most trusted confidant with this authority. This authority is the self-projected authority or the G-center authority. If you have this authority, you can only be a projector. And it means that everything below the G center is undefined. So you can only have definition from the G center up. And if your G center is defined, it means that it is connected to your throat center with this authority. So this means that this is a powerful channel for you to make decisions. Remember, when you are presented with a decision, your authority is your decision-making superpower. And so connecting with this authority is going to really, truly open up new pathways for you. When you make decisions from your G center, from this self-projected identity that you have, you are bringing yourself closer to the most aligned path for you. Your body never leads you astray. And remember, all of our authorities are based in the body. We do not make decisions with our minds, we make decisions with our body. And with this G center authority, the G center is the center of self, identity, direction. And it's connected with you having this as your authority to your throat center. So this means that your purpose, your identity, and the place where you are making decisions from is actually coming out through your throat. And so this is why with this center, you want to, when you are presented with a decision, to actually start talking about it. They call this the sounding board authority because you want to start talking about this decision and having a sounding board to actually talk it out with somebody. The interesting thing with this authority is because your decisions are meant to come out and be expressed through your throat center, you might feel like you could deliberate on a decision alone in your mind for days and never come to clarity. And that's because that's not how you're meant to make decisions. You truly are meant to be with somebody else, ideally, and have that sounding board. Now, this is where it's so important to have a trusted friend or family member where you can speak about the decision that you have to make clearly and feel like you're not being judged or have somebody else's opinions put on you. You want to speak in an unfiltered way so that you can gain clarity on what the decision is that you need to make. This is where we're not letting the mind take over what we're trying to say. What you're going to be speaking about the decision that you have to make is just naturally going to come through and flow through. It's almost like you're channeling it. And so you really want to make sure that you're with a comfortable person, somebody who's not going to start putting their opinions on the decision at hand for you, but just be a listener. And you can coach this person to actually listen to the tone of your voice, to watch your body as you're speaking. Because even though your words are what's going to bring clarity to the decision you need to make, your confidant may also notice some subtle body language within you, in addition to the tone of voice that you're having, and help give you clarity on how your body truly feels about the decision that you're making. So this is not one of those instantaneous authorities where the decision is going to come quickly to you, but we're still not using the mind to analyze the decision. We're still not worrying about what's going to happen if I do this, or what's going to happen when I do this, or, making my pros and cons list. That's not what we're doing here. We're not verbally making a pros and cons list. What we're doing is we're just letting the words flow about what we feel in our bodies about this decision that we have to make. And us listening to ourselves speak, having somebody else listen and observe us as we speak, and just be that neutral sounding board, not the, okay, I heard you talk, I'm going to give my opinion about what I think you should do. That's not what this is about. This is you finding your own power. This is you coming to your body and letting your body lead you in the direction that is meant to lead you. If you are not able to get to a confidant who you know and trust will not impose their opinions on you, then you can definitely record yourself speaking using the voice notes memo on your phone or a Voxer app or whatever you have, so that you can listen back to yourself and listen for that tone of voice that is going to give you clarity on your decision. So it's not the end all be all if you don't have this sounding board, but it is always helpful if you do have that friend that you can just call up and say, hey, I have a decision I have to make. Do you mind if I talk it out with you? And what you're listening for is, again, the tone of voice. Does your tone of voice sound excited? Is your body leaning forward as you're talking about it? Can you feel this pulling you forward and towards your passions and your purpose in life and the direction that you want to go? Or do you feel like you're saying a lot of shoulds, woulds, have tos, and feeling like this kind of heaviness in your body as you're talking about this? Because those are clear yes signs for the excitement in your voice, whereas some of the words that you may choose, if it's a no, like the shoulds and the have tos, or the body language of that contraction, or maybe you are doing this as you're talking about it, these are clear signs that that's a no. And so you keep talking this out loud until you gain clarity. This is not one of those authorities where if it's not a yes right away, it's a no for now. That's not for you. This is, I'm going to talk it out until I gain clarity, because that clarity is going to come. The only thing that might hold you back from making a decision as you're talking about it is if there is fear clouding you around this decision. And so that's when you have to be mindful of, am I feeling safe with this person right now that I'm speaking to? Because if not, then I need to stop and either find somebody else I can speak to and have a sounding board with that person. Am I listening to somebody else's opinion about what I should do? Because again, I need to stop and I need to come back to myself and my power. Am I having fear about what other people are going to think about the decision that I'm making, or how this is going to affect others, and not truly, is this something that is best for me? And when you are thinking about this and coming back to yourself and really truly understanding where you are, because when any of those fears come up of, how is this going to affect others, or what is this going to look like, or am I going to be selfish, any other fears that might pop up, talk about them. Do the fear clearing that you know how to do. But for you, the most powerful way to fear that clear and come back to that clarity is, again, speaking through it. Using your throat as the powerhouse center that it is meant for you to have. So if you have a self-projected authority, I would love to hear about your experience with this in the comments below and share your tips and tricks for tapping into this authority. If you want to dive deeper, I have 2 free amazing resources for you. I have my Back to Basics Masterclass, which goes over the full energetics of your type strategy and authority and really helps you tap into the magnetism and potential that you have within you. And I also have my free foundations guide where you can get a quick and easy rundown of how to start applying your design and your astrological codes into your life in practical, applicable ways. Those links are below. If you just want it all done for you and tied up with a nice, neat little bow, you can always book a reading with me where we go deep into everything and anything you could ever want to know about you and your design in life. I will see you next time.